Before we dive into the latest rumblings coming out of Egan regarding the future of the quarterback room, do me a massive favor and hit that like button to help this report reach the entire Skol Nation. Also, I want to know exactly where the purple and gold faithful are tuning in from today, so drop your name and city in the comments section below right now. We are looking down the barrel of the 2026 offseason, and despite the fact that the Minnesota Vikings have their franchise cornerstone in place, the questions surrounding the depth and stability of the quarterback position remain a hot topic in league circles. I have been closely monitoring the situation surrounding the development of J.J. McCarthy throughout this roller coaster 2025 campaign, and it is becoming increasingly clear that General Manager Kwesi Adofo-Mensah is already strategizing how to insulate his young signal caller moving forward. The concern for the position isn't quite at the frantic levels we saw following that demoralizing 23-6 loss to the Green Bay Packers earlier this season, a game that I would characterize as the absolute nadir of McCarthy's sophomore development. If you recall, that contest was a disaster on all fronts, seeing the young passer complete only 12 of 19 attempts for a measly 87 yards and 2 interceptions. It was the kind of performance that tests the resolve of a front office, yet the rebound we have witnessed since has been nothing short of encouraging. In the Vikings' last 2 outings, McCarthy has flipped the script entirely, completing 31 of 47 passes for 413 yards, 5 passing touchdowns, and a rushing score. However, in this league, 2 weeks of solid production does not stop the rumor mill from churning, and my sources are pointing toward a fascinating potential addition to the quarterback room next year. A recent report from Jeff Howe at The Athletic has floated the legitimate possibility of Justin Fields joining the Minnesota Vikings in the 2026 offseason. This is a move that, on paper, might seem surprising given the investment in McCarthy, but when you peel back the layers of the Vikings' roster construction philosophy, it begins to make a significant amount of sense. Howe's reporting suggests that, assuming the New York Jets cut bait with Fields after yet another inconsistent stint, the former first-round pick will be looking for a very specific environment to revitalize his career. The report explicitly names the Kansas City Chiefs, Indianapolis Colts, and the Minnesota Vikings as the primary landing spots where Fields could finally find the right infrastructure to succeed. I have spoken with individuals around the league who believe that Minnesota has quietly become the premier destination for quarterbacks looking to rehabilitate their image, largely due to the presence of head coach Kevin O'Connell. We have seen this narrative play out before. The Adofo-Mensah and O'Connell regime seems to find value in acquiring distressed assets at the quarterback position, players with first-round pedigrees who have been battered by poor situations elsewhere. If Fields were to don the purple and gold, he would essentially be enrolling in what I like to call the Kevin O'Connell Center for Quarterback Rehabilitation, following in the footsteps of players like Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones. Fields has arguably never been placed in a position to truly succeed during his tenure with the Bears, Steelers, or Jets, and Minnesota offers a stability that he has never experienced as a professional. From a strategic standpoint, signing Justin Fields makes sense specifically because of what it means for J.J. McCarthy. While the media might try to spin a signing like this as a quarterback controversy, the reality within the TCO Performance Center would be much different. Minnesota needs a veteran presence in the room for 2026. However, they do not need a threat that will shake the confidence of their developing starter. Trading for a massive name like Joe Burrow would shatter the hierarchy, but bringing in a low-risk, high-upside option like Fields to serve as the QB2 creates a perfect ecosystem. Fields does not pose an existential threat to McCarthy's job security in the way a proven superstar would, yet he offers a dynamic skill set that can keep the offense afloat if McCarthy were to miss time due to injury. When you look at the financials and the psychology of the roster, a move for Fields aligns with how this front office operates. They value athleticism and upside, even in their backups. We have seen McCarthy struggle with consistency, and having a backup who can execute a mobile, play-action-heavy offense is vital for O'Connell's scheme. Fields fits that physical profile perfectly. Furthermore, the Vikings fans have seen Fields up close during his days in Chicago, and while he was often an opponent, his raw talent was never in question. The issue has always been processing and consistency, 2 things that O'Connell excels at teaching. If the Vikings can secure Fields on a team-friendly deal, it provides McCarthy with a peer who pushes him athletically but respects the pecking order of the franchise. As we inch closer to the 2026 offseason, I expect the noise surrounding Justin Fields and the Minnesota Vikings to amplify. This is not just idle speculation. It is a match born out of necessity for the player and strategic depth for the team. The Vikings need insurance, and Fields needs a savior. It is a potential marriage that could define the depth chart for the foreseeable future. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think bringing in Justin Fields is the right move to back up J.J. McCarthy, or does it create unnecessary drama in the locker room? Let me know your thoughts down below.